Hi there, it's Rob with the Grumpy Old Gamers again, and today we're going to be talking about the Amico live event that just went on there, which consisted of a few things. First off was Tommy Tallarico live streaming kind of a live in-person update of what's going on with the Amico, and he had some troubles there. I have to say they're relatable. He was streaming with OBS, and they were having some breakup and things like that. Which, like I said, it's very relatable because we here at the Grumpy Old Gamers, we have that all the time. It's just unfortunate when it's a live stream and you've got a lot of people watching, but it happens. But during that, he did announce a few things here. I just took some notes. First off, note, he was wearing a vintage Intellivision baseball shirt, the one with the year out on it, which really enjoyed. Announced a few other partnerships there, like with a company called Playdate. They're going to be doing primarily children's edutainment. That's going to be a Care Bears game, I guess, which again kind of reinforces what Amico's going for with the family style of games that they're going to be aiming more towards. They also announced a partnership with Data East, which was very cool to see. So we're going to see a new new or a version of Burger Time, Bump and Jump, and Lock and Chase. So that was actually pretty exciting for me. Data East is one of my favorite retro gaming companies out there. They're big in the arcade for a while, so seeing that was pretty cool. They announced a new Load Runner. Talked a little bit about the UI. Going to have setting your birthdays and things like that. Nothing terribly great there, but it's cool. Just solid things they're putting in there. And to kind of round it off there, he said they were going to be, Tommy had mentioned they're going to be posting a hardware trailer and a gameplay footage trailer right after the event. So I thought instead of just talking about those, we could have a little bit of reaction. You guys could watch it with me here, and we could talk about it. So I'm going to get right into it using OBS myself. So if there are any troubles, I apologize. I have watched these already quick, just to make sure it was worth talking about before I posted a video and sat there staring at it. But it was. So let's pop in there and look at it together. Gonna go full screen on this.
When we started the design process of Amico with Tommy, we needed to figure out what his vision was.
We wanted to create something that personified what Intellivision and our messaging is all about. Something that was exciting and unique and fun.
We put hundreds of pictures on the wall. We put out lots of words, and we talked about the emotional response for what Amico was going to be.
A lot of sales
When
speak
we
here,
were
obviously.
at some of the curvatures of the device itself, I gave a lot of reference to, companies like Ferrari, Lamborghini.
We want it to be fun.
Kind of looks
We
like a
want it
guy
to
who might
be
drive a Ferrari.
exciting and different.
No problem
It's
seeing
very
that.
important to us that it's friendly, that it's approachable, that it's something that you can just pick up, you understand how to use it right off the bat.
During the entire development process, we're continuously asking ourselves, what can we do to make this a better product for the user?
It was also important for us, though, to make something that didn't look aggressive or that wasn't scary piece of
Do
technology.
appreciate the
We
memory
really
expansion
wanted
there. I believe
to
that's
be
micro
friendly,
SD.
to be a part of the living room.
The
It is
main
a
reason
really
we,
sleek-looking-
designed Amico the way we
sleek-looking
did,
box.
wedge shape from front to back and top to bottom is one, it allows people all over the living room to see the lights and participate in the game and really get a feel for what's going on in the environment.
So one of the big things I've been involved with over the last 20 years is my video game concert called Video Games Live. And touring that around the world, I learned a lot of things about how important lighting was to, just the music and the experience, the onstage experience.
Remember
the
concerts,
audience.
everybody?
There are
Those were awesome.
40 independently controlled LEDs on the console base. And then we also have 12 LEDs in each controller for a total of 64. With that many LEDs, the possibilities are endless. You can do everything from having an LED light show to flashing police lights, fireworks show to happy birthday signal.
Oh, that's pretty
You name
cool.
it, we can do it.
To make sure the lighting on Amico was a top-notch experience, we went through dozens of design iterations, different materials that diffuse the light, We have a lot of LEDs in the console, and we're dealing with a lot of colors, and it was really important for us to be able to blend these in really interesting ways that correlate to the gameplay or that indicate really interesting things to the user.
We also have interactive lighting in some of the
I'm not going to
games
lie,
as
that's a
well.
pretty neat idea.
So, you know,
If you're going for something that kind of sets you apart there, that's going to look pretty awesome in a darkened room while you're playing a game there.
Dial in different colors on the LEDs in order to get through certain areas or to unlock certain chests or, you know, keys or doorways.
You can also adjust the brightness settings of the LEDs or even turn them off.
It's
that's
not
good.
only aesthetic, but it really is involved with some of the gameplay and the design in our games. Very unique.
We want Amico to last as long as possible, and a great way to do
Us
this
too.
is to reduce the amount of moving parts in the system. So we have steady state memory, but we've also gone as
Did you
far
mean
as
solid
to
state?
design the cooling system in a way
Assuming you
that is
did.
totally passive.
We keep Amico cool and at a stable temperature by using passive airflow.
Oh,
So it silently
okay.
allows the cold air to pass through the system and exit through the back.
We've also designed the console
Interesting.
chassis to help facilitate the natural airflow that's already happening.
When designing Amico, it was really important to us to make sure that it would last as long as we possibly
I guess
could make
depending
it.
on what
We
kind
want
of
it to last years,
specs are
maybe
in there,
even
that's
generations.
certainly doable.
So in an effort to do that, we reduced as many moving parts as we could.
A couple
Okay.
of ways that we've worked to achieve this is by selecting engineering grade resins for the plastics, but also designing it in such a way that where it has thick wall thicknesses and structural ribs and a lot of internal components that really increase the strength of the controller and the console alike.
We're happy and proud to announce for the first time that we've actually partnered with Qualcomm and we're using their Snapdragon family of chips.
That's
That
pretty-
is the
that's a
thing
good
that
idea.
is the heart and
That's
soul,
good.
the thing that powers
You can do an awful lot on a
Amico.
On the
Snapdragon.
back of the console, you'll find an HDMI out,
It's a
a power connection,
processor you
a
see on
micro
a
SD
lot
card
of
expansion
Android
slot
devices.
for more memory, and a USB-C port for future accessories and expansion.
That's
It's really
a good
important
choice.
for us that
Thank
people
you.
have access to tons of games on their standard system.
Thank
So
you
with
for
the
not going
internal storage on Amico,
micro
you can store
USB.
40 to 50 games. In addition to the internal storage,
Okay.
we've also added a micro SD expansion, so you can store literally hundreds of games on your Amico. Amico
Again,
has
thank
built-in
you.
RFID. RFID stands for radio frequency identification, and what that means is you can take an object,
Oh,
tap it on your Amico, and have access to new games, new content, and awesome new experiences.
oh, are
This
you
is
going to
be
go?
used for a number of different things.
Is Intellivision going to have their own
mostly
amiibos?
with our physical
Or
media,
amiibo-like
which
products?
We'll be talking a lot more
That'll
about
be interesting.
at the end of the year. One of the
Okay.
interesting and fun things about the console is the different color combinations.
The way that we have done that is by picking colors that are bright, they're metallic, they have depth.
We use a special process to achieve an amazing finish on the surface of the Amico console.
The standard colors are graphite black and glacier white. We felt it was important to give people color choices as well too, because we really do want this to be the centerpiece in their living room.
We're even obsessed about the textures of all the plastics on Amico, and what we're doing with that.
This is a pretty cool idea to have the different
selecting
colors,
a
you
mixture
know,
of gloss and matte textures
stand
to
out a
help
little bit.
Highlight curves.
I've got a wood
highlight
grain one coming
surfaces
myself.
that we want
That's,
people to see and look at. And
just couldn't imagine in a
We did
television
some
without a
special
wood
editions
grain,
as well,
right?
which
Just seems
takes
right.
a bigger and different process.
We came up with an advanced manufacturing process for our special editions to ensure that the finishes last for a lifetime.
We're adding metallic vents that actually match the bezel of the special edition to really bring it all together.
We have a Galaxy Purple, we have the GTO Red, and we have the vintage wood grain.
Ah,
We
yeah.
don't want anyone to find Amico intimidating, and this can be seen in the controller design. We have a lot of similar features to mobile phones.
Color capacitive touchscreen, speaker, microphone, gyroscope and an accelerometer, force feedback, wireless contact charging.
And what that means is playing with Amico controller is a very simple experience. It's intuitive, and it elevates the gameplay experience as well.
These are the kinds of things that we created in order to make very unique and simple game design and gameplay experiences.
Anyone, whether they're a hyper-casual gamer or have never gamed in their life, can pick it up and use it, understand it, and have a ton of fun playing with it.
So, of course, my favorite video game machine growing up was the original Intellivision. And I wanted to make sure that we took certain design elements of that, which were very unique.
One unique feature of Amico is that the controllers actually nest inside of the console base. And not only does this harken back to the original Intellivision, but it also gives us a few features that we really think will bring a lot of value to users. A benefit of nesting the controllers in the console is it gives us a place to do wireless contact charging. So all you have to do is drop your controller in, and Amico will take care of the rest.
That's good.
Once you put the controller in the charging base, it takes about 2 hours for a full charge.
Okay.
And with a full charge, you get 4 to 6 hours of gameplay time. Besides the wireless contact charging, you
It's
can
not
also charge
great,
your Amico
but
controller
it's,
with a
I can
USB
see it.
stick.
It's like a
The
Wii U
can
controller
internally
kind
sense
of
the orientation you're holding it, similar to your mobile phone.
battery, I guess,
And
or
will
battery
adapt
life.
the controller to be able to play the game in that way.
At the top of the controller, you'll find the home button. Not only does this allow you to turn the controller on and off, but it also allows you to pause the game, change the orientation of the controller, or get in and out of the game menu.
The contour of the controller was thought out over a year.
Everything from trying 6 to 7 different types of screens, to the way the disc is shaped, to the way the shoulder buttons are shaped, or even the overall form factor of the controller and the way the grip is contoured on the back. We really want a controller that fits a wide variety of people. It's designed for kids, elderly, female, males, everyone to be able to pick it up and use it.
We got to a point where everything felt comfortable to everyone, no matter what size or level of gamer you were. And that was very, very important.
All of this provides an easy-to-use experience that anyone can pick up and enjoy.
We're all about family play, all about multiplayer, couch co-op. Yes, every single game has a single player, but you know, the fun is really to be had when there's more than one person playing.
In the manufacturing world of something so sophisticated,
That is one thing
as
I'm
to the
very
Amico
excited about,
controller
is
and
the
console,
couch co-op
it's nice
focus.
to be able to have the other side work with us as a team, to be able to circumvent any challenges that may arise.
Arc Electronics, in one form or another, has been around for many years. The factory itself has been operational for close to 30 years. During the last 10 years, we've grown to be one of the very largest manufacturers of high-end electronics. We manufacture millions of controllers and componentry for the prior generation video game consoles and the future generation.
We can have a success rate of 99.98% of the printed circuit boards coming through as working.
We pride ourselves
Oh,
in the
that's good.
investment in our employees. We care about their health.
I'm
their
assuming you
family
wouldn't
life,
say if you had an
their
80%
continuing
success
and
rate, so
ongoing education.
that
We're
wouldn't be
very
something you'd want to brag
family-centric,
about.
as is Intellivision.
We were so excited with the idea of bringing the family back together, sitting around the couch together.
As the world is changing with respect to environmental responsibility, we've been at the forefront of implementing all the needed changes in our factory process, and we have been awarded multiple certificates for being green and responsible to our environment. One of the things that attracted us to work with Intellivision was the entrepreneurial nature, the passion, the drive that's behind the implementation of the business model.
Immediately, it struck us that this was a passionate, family-oriented, sincere, wonderful group of people. We were absolutely stunned, and we were so much in approval.
Yeah, Tommy
of the
Tallarico
concept.
is definitely
At the end of the
the
day,
fun
Our goal
fun
and
uncle at
mission was to create and
the
design
family reunion.
something
That's for sure.
that no
No
matter
argument
what
there.
your skill level was, it was easy to pick up and understand.
All right, so that's the first one.
Amico!
That's the hardware one there. Nothing terribly revolutionary there. It was nice to see it's a Snapdragon video there, or a Snapdragon processor. Thank you for including USB-C on the back. It was unfortunate it still got a DC barrel lug, but you know, that makes sense. You can provide a little bit more current to charge it there and do what it has to do, especially with all those LEDs that are going to light up, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, it was nice to actually see a little bit more about it. You know, standard controller stuff there with the force feedback, with the gyroscopes. Yeah, and you can really kind of see the love they put into designing it here. So that was that's good to see, but a little more exciting would be the gameplay trailer here. So let's pull that up here. Okay, that's on HD already. Because this is really what's going to sell or not sell it, you know. Oh, get out of here. There we go. It looks alright. I don't know if there are any huge Shark fans out there, but definitely wasn't one of them. Cloudy Mountain. I think this is the D&D game. This looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm going to pull down the volume a little bit on this. Oh, come on. Okay, I have it in the can. So let's just watch. Astro Smash. This looks like it'd be a good amount of fun here for... Actually, I'm just going to pause this here. Oh, I could do it right here. There we go. That should be a little bit better. Skiing. Yeah, again, these look like awesome couch co-op kind of games. Again, you wouldn't want to pay $80 for these, but at the price point where they're looking like 5 to 10, this is perfectly priced. And it looks like a lot of fun. And I mean, graphics aside, that's going to be the main thing here. This one I'm looking forward to trying too. Night Stalker, the original, was a good time. I do not like those things, but definitely creepy. And then the art style when like zooming between levels is pretty good. Biplanes. It's only going to be this music. I'm just going to turn that off. There we go. It just streams that music over and over again, so you don't actually hear any of the game sounds. I believe this was based on an old Intellivision game too, with the where you stall out when you go up and things like that. Looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, again, very co-op based, right? Put that on a little bit, at least in the background there. So you're not just hearing my voice over and over again. Looks like it's got power-ups and environmental damage, I guess. This is what I'm excited about. Is this new breakout here. And they've actually got a demo you can download for the PC for this one that's coming out today. Missile Command. This one looks pretty cool. Again, just a new retelling of the original game. Very multiplayer based again. I mean, yeah, these all look like a lot of fun. And that's kind of the thing is kind of missing from today's games with the multiplayer, like the couch co-op. You don't see a lot of that, right? I mean, this looks like something me and my buddies, now granted we're in our mid-40s, so we remember a little bit more like that, but I hope this will go very well with the younger generation too, like they'll be enough kind of exposed to it by their parents or their uncles or whoever, right? This game, I'm looking forward to trying with a controller. It was fun enough to try on the demo on an iPhone or an Android, but the control just doesn't work that great with it. Like, it's exactly what you'd want it to be. It looks like Moon Patrol kind of reimagined with new graphics, and oh yeah, you gotta have customization because of course you do. It's a new game. You gotta have. If you can't put hearts in your tank, why are you even playing video games? And here you've got the Bomberman type game. Yeah. And yeah, of course, put hats and goggles and things on it. That looks like fun. It's definitely, I mean, they're not even hiding that it is Bomberman, right? So, but it looks cute. Looks like a lot of fun. And cornhole. Being a Canadian, we don't play a lot of cornhole up here. I hear it's really big in certain parts of the States, and they've got an affiliation with the official cornhole league, so that's the thing. This game, I'm looking forward to. Rigid Force Redux. I hear this was a game that was actually available on some other platforms there, and this is kind of an Amico version of it, but it looks like a AAA game. It looks exciting. I kind of wish they showed a little bit more of that, but this looks like Super Sprint, kind of reimagined, if you guys remember Super Sprint. It's a fun game. This, I think, is the same bit they showed in August for Finnegan Fox. Pong. It's a new Pong. I mean, come on. How is that not going to be cool? If you're, old enough to remember Pong. It's, you gotta have the classic mode too, right? Just to allow that. Pool. Cool. It looks and the physics look pretty good, so that's good. Not a real pool guy myself, but whatever. Oh yes, this made me jump up when I saw this when I watched it the first time. Snafu. This is a game a lot of Intellivision people remember and love, and it's just multiplayer Snake with different environments and things like that, and it looks awesome. I'm going to play the crap out of that. Not sure what Farkle is. It kind of looks like a Yahtzee kind of game. I think this is the one Tommy was showing off the ability of the controller to kind of shake the controller and then you throw the dice like that, which is pretty cool. Again, a great family game. Sure, spades. Why not? Emoji charades. Alright, sure. Yeah, you gotta throw some family board type games in here, right? So, oh, Willy Wonka reference. Powered by Giphy. This is the one they were talking about earlier, that Liar Dice, which I guess is another family kind of board game-ish thing. Again, a lot of these you could play on Android or iOS for this kind of quality. Seems like they're throwing a lot of love into family type games like this. Like the graphics are going to look a little better because they're on a TV, and it's a little easier to get everyone around a TV than everyone to whip out their phones and stare at it, I guess. But this is good. This is like the Jackbox kind of, looks like a Jackbox kind of game, right? This is cool right here. This is they announced some edutainment type games and some contracts, and the fact they got a partnership with Sesame Street's pretty exciting. Proving again that they're kind of aiming at the family focus. So edutainment is something they haven't had in console gaming for a long time, so it's very cool. And the Care Bears, there they are, doing Care Bear stuff. It is very cool to see some of these IPs being partnered with Intellivision. Really shows that oh, here, Evil Knievel. This one looks the most like a Flash game to me. Yeah, like that people are lending their IPs to Intellivision in order to kind of make some video games based on their IPs when you don't see them on other systems. So it really shows shows how Intellivision's got some backing here, right? It's nice to see. Yeah, this game could be a phone game right here. Not gonna lie, it's a cool subject matter. It looks like a Flash game. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, they're not all gonna be winners. Like, they're already showing off an extensive library, so there's gonna be somewhere you look like and you're like, man, maybe for $1 I'd play it. This is one they showcased in August as well. The Sideswipers. It's like slot car racing, multiplayer. This is cool. Major League Baseball. If they do not have that "you're out" voice somehow in there, like that "you're out" from the Intellivoice, this will be a wasted game. But they do have Major League Baseball, and that's it. They do have Major League Baseball sponsorship with it, which is very cool. All right, we'll exit that. Bloop. Even a fun little logo. That's great. Amico. So yeah, kind of final thoughts. It's nice they did this. It was cool to finally see some of the hardware, see some of the things in action with the hardware, hear a little bit more about what it can do, the charging time and the battery life. Now, unfortunately, with all the controller's going to do, you're going to get 4 to 6 hours of it, which is kind of... I mentioned the Wii U because it's what the Wii U gamepad used to get, about 4 to 6 hours, right? And it's not bad. They did mention that you can plug in a USB-C cable and kind of charge it while you're using it, which is, that'll make that a little easier. The gameplay was actually really cool. Seeing some more of that. No Tron Deadly Discs, darn it. I know they're kind of in negotiations. Tommy had mentioned that before. Hopefully that gets to be a thing, because that'd be absolutely awesome, and that would really kind of bring the Intellivision feel kind of back to it even more so, although a lot of the other stuff's already there. Like Snafu, I'm excited about that. That side-scrolling shooter looks absolutely amazing. If that plays as well as it's doing in the trailer, that's going to be awesome. They didn't show any more of that Earthworm Jim 3, or not Earthworm Jim 3, but the new Earthworm Jim movie. The new Earthworm Jim video game. There you go. They didn't show any more of that. That's a bit of a shame, but that could be very early access as well. Overall, I'm pretty pleased. I'm cautiously optimistic with this still. It's nice that they did this on what was going to be the original launch date for it before it got pushed out due to COVID. It kind of keeps interest in it. It's unfortunate you had the trouble with the live stream stuff before, but like I said, Ryan and I have both been there with OBS causing issues. Could have been having some internet speeds. It made it more relatable the way he reacted to it there, because he was real. He was very real about what's happening and self-deprecating, and I think that's kind of the best thing about seeing Tommy Tallarico being the figure for this system, is that he seems like a very real guy. Like I said, he'd be the fun uncle in a family reunion, and he's got a lot of experience with the game music especially, and a real love for the product he's doing, right? And you can kind of see that with the developers. You can see with some of the partnerships that are coming up, like Data East is huge. They've made so many good arcade games back in the day. So it's good to see where it's going, and I'm eagerly looking forward to it. I think they were looking at April. I may be wrong on the date. I'm not going to look it up on the video live here, but really looking forward to seeing where it goes. I'm glad they did this, and I will leave links to those 2 videos in the description here. You can also just look up Intellivision on YouTube to take a look at them yourself without hearing me blather over the end. But thank you for doing that anyway, and thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys being here. I hope there's some people out there who are as excited about this as I am. I know I'm a bit of an Intellivision homer, or it seems that way. But I grew up on those games. I grew up on ColecoVision, grew up on the Intellivision, the Atari, and seeing them kind of coming in and having the success and the popularity that they are, and seeing the niche they're trying to fill. It's actually really exciting, because the PS5s and the Xboxes and the Switches, they have their own niche. They're not going anywhere. You can still get it, but this kind of feels like it's filling something that hasn't been around for a while. And I really appreciate it. So thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.